It looks like it finally might actually happen. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions here with a super quick market update. I know it's late, so I'm going to make it very short and sweet. Let's jump into it. With that being said, it looks like NASDAQ market ended kind of flat, right? From the sell-off that we had, it was a beautiful bull trap right at market open. Markets pushed to new highs for the NASDAQ market and then quickly gave it all back. We began to trade sideways, same resistance, same support range. No real change of direction from that point moving forward, which is very odd because for one of the first times in a really long time, right now, the Federal Reserve probability for there to be a rate cut in September has now risen to 99.8%. So for those that don't understand what it is that we're talking about, you're going to hear a lot of people reference this, right? It's a very popular thing. We've been talking about it for a while. It's a very common tool called the Fed Rate Monitor tool. A bunch of different platforms have it, CME, investing.com. Feel free to use it as you please of whichever one you find to be the most useful. The idea behind this is that what is the probability that the Federal Reserve is going to cut interest rates in the next meeting? As you guys can see, we're 4 weeks, 6 days, and 13 hours from our next FOMC meeting. And this is where the Federal Reserve will come together and decide, hey, based off of current economic data, do we feel like we are in a position to cut rates, which is what Trump has been asking, or to pause as they've been doing? Remember, the Federal Reserve decided to pause because Trump began to aggressively implement tariffs, and tariffs have a history of being inflationary. No one can predict the future, so as of right now, inflation has gone up, but not as much as the Federal Reserve originally expected. But the big concern is based off of last week is that the labor market looked low. We'll have a little bit of a better understanding based off of tomorrow's initial claims and continuing claims, and also the PPI report. That's all going to be 1 hour before the market opens. So I just want to make sure that you are aware that based off of these reports that are going to be released before the market opens, that you can begin to see either a big sell-off or a big rally, right? Continuing claims, the people that continue to file for unemployment, core PPI, overall PPI, initial claims, and then you have jobless claims, right? Nonetheless, the job market is a really big focus right now because it's what's been supporting the Federal Reserve to cut rates if the job market is slowing down. Remember, the Federal Reserve has two main focuses: price stability, but also a strong labor market. And they want to make sure that they can keep interest rates inflation, not interest rates. They want to keep inflation relatively low. And historically speaking, right now we're at a 2.7% overall inflation, 3.1% core inflation. That's not terrible, but it's definitely not where the Federal Reserve wants to be with their 2% target. But again, based off of this Fed Rate Monitor tool, there is a 96% probability that the Federal Reserve is going to cut rates this next meeting. And this is the highest and also the highest probability that I've seen in the past few months. This can change based off of more economic data that comes out. Like if Jerome Powell is asked in a press conference of how likely are we to get a rate cut in September, and if he comments on anything like that, that seems like it is not likely, then this probability tool will adjust accordingly. Just want to make sure that you're aware. That's the first thing that I want to talk about. Now, I thought that this it's pretty much like satire. So what if the Fed cuts rates and the markets go down? This is the investor and us being fed the idea of all the market wants is a Fed rate cut, which is quite interesting to me because today, when we've had the highest probability that the Federal Reserve was going to cut rates, we traded sideways. And we were green, but the euphoria only lasted for a short period of time, right? And we're seeing a lot of articles like this come out. But again, right, there's articles that come out on both the good side and the bad side. If you think markets are in a great position to make new highs and you want to be invested, don't be afraid to do so. You're an adult. You can do whatever it is that you want. But right now, there's a big concern that if you're feeling the FOMO, envy, and greed about record stock prices, you're not alone. That's how market bubbles form. I want to remind you that there's nothing wrong with taking advantage of opportunities with dollar amount or with money that you actually have. But please do not use leverage at these overbought levels. Markets are incredibly overbought. that sure, in a short period of time, it looks like direction can be going in your favor. But if we do begin to see, for whatever reason, a sudden drop and you're leveraged, leverage means that you might have $10,000 in your account, but your trading platform allows you to invest with $20,000 or $30,000. Sure, when direction is in your favor, it seems like a great idea, but when direction is against you, think about that. You're borrowing money to lose more money. That's a terrible idea. There's a reason crypto bros always lose once the market crashes, because their initial position of when they bought Bitcoin, let's say, was very low. And when Bitcoin rises, they then invest more money, they put more money into their account, they use leverage, and crypto is notorious for offering 10x, 20x, even 40x leverage, where then now you're trading with a dollar amount that you've never invested before at all-time highs, and now all it takes is a slight retracement for you to be in the red. And that's the worst feeling ever, is that you were in the green, you got too aggressive at the end of the rally, and then you pay the price because you end up bag holding and you just want to go back to what you were. Again, nothing wrong with taking advantage of opportunities. Just be aware of the risk and be mindful of your position size. I feel like that's all I can really encourage those that are choosing to either invest or trade in current market conditions. Okay, so very excited to see what ends up presenting itself tomorrow. You guys let me know down in the comment section what you think. Do you feel that it's a little odd with what's going on, that the probability to be so high that the Federal Reserve is going to cut rates, but now it seems like the market's almost beginning to slow down, right? A lot of trading sideways. We'll see if some selling pressure kicks in tomorrow as markets begin to de-risk. So very excited to follow up. I hope that it earned your thumbs up. And don't forget, I trade live every single morning if you ever want to tune on in. Second link in the description down below. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.